fun weekend. It's been quite a, but so far so good. This is our third episode.
And we're so excited to be back here again, and we're so excited that all of you are here with us. We've had a lot of fun.
Yes, we have.
A lot of laughs. We've had some inspiring guests that have come and inspired us. They've sang songs. Johnny sang.
Great worship.
Then we've had some great talks with our guests, and we've had some great discussions in stepping out on Straight Talk.
It has been good. We've been talking about stepping out on faith, making sure we don't miss out on our miracles by stepping out. And, speaking of stepping out, a memory came to my mind of when I stepped out one night.
Oh, really? What did you do? How'd you step out?
Well, let me tell you. At one time, I thought, now mind you, I was a lot younger, but I thought I was a pretty good chef. Back in the day, I could cook a mean bowl of top ramen. I was a great chef. But anyway, do you remember when I stepped out one night and I decided to make dinner for the entire family? The kids were pretty young, but I decided to step out and get a little creative with my mad cooking skills. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember what I made?
I haven't been able to get the taste out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that memory will never leave my mind.
Okay, do you remember what it was, though? Tell me what it was.
Chicken.
Yep.
Mashed potatoes.
Yep.
And bananas.
Boom! That's right. You'll never forget that. Oh, my goodness. And you loved it. All the kids loved it. You loved it. Do you remember?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but nobody makes chicken and potatoes with bananas that I've ever seen.
Well, actually, that's not true. See, it's actually quite a cuisine that you didn't know, but I was just, obviously cooking at a completely different level at that night. I mean, I was completely different level. I wanted to see, though, if anybody else
has ever done that.
Have ever done that. So I did a little research, and I actually found out that I'm not the only one who knew about that high-level cuisine. They invited me onto a cooking show, at least that's what I think, and and we got to cook this high-level cuisine. In fact, just to show you that it's a real thing, I've got a little video clip of that cooking show. Check out this clip right here. Yep. There I am right here. Watch. Mira and Kevin right there. Cooking with Mira and Kevin. Watch. That's the bananas. You have to oil the pan. Put the bananas in until golden brown.
Yeah.
Yep. Little onions. You add your chicken. You gotta add the chicken. Gotta cook that thoroughly. You let it simmer. Simmer about 15 minutes. Look at that. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. We're going to add those potatoes. Okay, we're going to add those potatoes. Cook that for about 2 minutes, babe. Yeah. Look at that. It's getting better. Now this is the good part. You added the banana. Right there. You got the chicken, the potatoes, and the banana. Y'all know you're getting hungry right now. Turn off the heat, let it simmer. You got potatoes, you got chicken, and you got the bananas. It's chicken, potatoes, and then you serve it, put it onto the plate, and look how good that looks. That's a little of my banana drizzle right there. The banana drizzle. I mean, you know that's awesome. Serve, share, and enjoy. Chicken, potatoes, and bananas. Chicken, potatoes, and bananas. You know you love it.
Well, I have to be honest. That actually does look a little tasty, but I'm pretty sure you didn't cook yours in a pan. You just stuck it in the oven.
Hey, you know you loved it. You know you loved it.
Anyway, everyone help me say hello to our DJ.
Hey!
Miss K-Dizzle over here.
Dad, I can't believe you took it back to the potatoes.
Do you remember that, though?
I do. I was very little, but how could you forget something so major?
And I remember that you backed your dad, and you ate those potatoes and bananas, and you smiled while doing it. Do you remember that?
I may have smiled because I had to, but there was a tear coming down the cheek at the same time.
That was just the one night Mom let the dog in under the table.
You know it was awesome. Anyway, folks, we have a great show for you today. We've got our very own Johnny Williams is back with us to bless us on this very last episode of our series. We've also got my good friend Phil Castaneda is in the house. continue our discussion with stepping out.
Yeah, so don't go away, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yeah.
Holy, 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 yeah. God, you are holy. I will lift up my song of reverence, for I have tasted and seen deliverance. The God of the nations, the God of salvation, you are worthy of it all.
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Straight Talk. We are so excited, and our first guest comes all the way back from Motion Church in Puyallup, Washington. He's been with us for this entire series. He has blessed us incredibly. Would you please help me welcome back to this stage, Johnny Williams.
You have my attention, my devotion. There is no one like the God that I know. You have my affection, my obsession. And there is no one like the love that you showed. Oh, nothing on earth could keep me from singing your praise. I will lift up my song of reverence. I have tasted and seen deliverance. The God of the nations, the God of salvation, you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. Yes, you are, Lord. You're so worthy, Lord. You're so worthy, Jesus, of my love, of my praise. Yes, you are, Lord. Yes, you are, Lord. Glory, glory, glory. Receive all the glory. Holy, 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 yeah. God, you are holy, yeah. Glory, glory, glory. Receive all the glory in my life. Holy, 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 yeah. God, you are holy. I will lift up my song of reverence, for I have tasted and seen deliverance. The God of the nations, the God of salvation, you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. And worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name, and worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name, and worthy is your name, Jesus. God, you are holy.
Come on, yeah. Johnny Williams. Yeah, buddy. Johnny, your heart of worship has blessed this series. I'm telling you, thank you so much for being here. And you can look him up on Spotify. Just search Johnny Williams on Spotify, your new single. Well, I call it your new single. I know you didn't write the song, but they asked you to perform it. So you can download that on Spotify. What's the name of the song?
Song of Reverence.
Song of Reverence. Look it up. It'll bless you. And we'll have more of Johnny Williams at the end of the show. Come on, give it up one more time for Johnny Williams. Thank you, buddy. Listen, we'll be right back with more Straight Talk right after these messages.
Had?
I want a sign.
You can't do sign language.
I had.
I ate moldy cheese.
You had moldy cheese.
I ate moldy cheese.
I ate moldy cheese.
Oh my gosh!
At Advantage Heating and Air, we believe in our craftsmanship. Did you know the same piece of equipment installed by two different contractors can perform up to 50% differently? And the number one source for failure of an HVAC within the first 5 years is due to improper installation. That's why we train 3 times a week. That's why we're the best trained craftsmen in the area. And that's why we're extending our warranty. The average system is replaced every 15 years, and the typical labor warranty is 2 to 3. So, we're giving you 20 years. Why? Because we're obsessed with giving you the quality, reliability, and peace of mind you deserve.
We keep playing with fire. Knowing it's a dangerous game. So we keep playing with fire.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Every show, we want to add a little fun and excitement with what we call our fun segment. And today's segment, we have our special guest, Phil Castaneda. And one of our audience members, we've got Kristie in the house. So she's going to be helping us out. And we're going to do a game what we like to call the
Kristie.
Whisper Challenge. Okay, so this is how we're going to play this game, okay? Here's how we're going to play. Phil's going to be on my team because it's the guys, and last week, the guys dominated! And we're going to do it again today. Yep, we are. And the ladies, Kristie and Kristie will be on a team together. And in this game, it's a whisper.
We even dressed
You
alike
good?
today.
Oh,
so.
you? Yeah, that's
Same name, dressed alike.
We're gonna whisper a phrase to one another with headphones and music on, okay? And we're gonna have to guess what our teammate is whispering, okay? And we're each gonna take a turn. The one who gets the most correct in the short amount of time that we have. We only have 1 minute to guess what it is, okay?
1 minute.
We have 1 minute to guess.
One word.
And
one
phrase.
One phrase. Okay.
And we're gonna guess what that is. If we get it right, we're gonna hear this noise. If we get it right, boom. Yes, but if 60 seconds expires, then we're going to hear this noise. That's fun. Okay, so we're gonna hear that noise if we lose. Okay, so we're gonna let the ladies go first. So Kristie, you can stand here. Kristie, you can stand on that side. Oh, you're both named Kristie, so it doesn't really matter. And give it up for our stage hands. They're going to help us out. And all right,
okay.
So
just whisper.
All right, audience, you're going to help us count them down. They have 1 minute. You ready? Let's give them a countdown. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
The
Cactus.
the light
Cactus.
light the light
Cactus. Cac.
next.
Cactus.
I don't have the first sound.
I say the whole thing. The cactus poked
Say it one more time.
The cactus poked me.
The light spoke to me.
Almost. The cactus poked me.
The next spokesman.
The cactus poked me. The cactus poked me.
I have the.
Cactus.
The next.
Cactus.
I can't tell the second word.
It's a hard
Time's
one.
got to be almost up.
The cactus.
Done! Give it up for them. They failed. Failure.
I'm like, you can't pronunciate that really different. It's
good.
cactus.
All right, you guys.
Cactus poked me.
I'll take those. I'll take those. Phil.
And actually, poked me. The cactus poked me.
Right.
Okay.
All right, now it's the guys' time. We're going to do much better than that.
How can I
Way
pronunciate that different? Is it
You
turned
gonna
up?
countdown?
Kevin, is it turned up, Kevin?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Coldplay. Okay.
Grandma took
That is a long phrase, dude.
way long.
Okay.
Grandma
Coldplay.
took
Strong. In
3
trees. Strong in trees.
hours
Apple.
now.
Apple.
Grandma took a 3-hour nap.
Bro, that's a long
It's
phrase.
not my phrase. Grandma.
Stink bomb.
Grandma took
Stink ball?
Tree.
hour
Apple.
nap.
Snapple. Snapple. Snapple.
Grandma.
We went to the tree. We're done?
Can I tell them a phrase?
Oh man, did I get it?
No.
Oh.
Grandma took a 3-hour nap.
Whoa!
Who came up with that?
Grandma.
You were close though. Like Coldplay was good.
Oh man, okay, it's Kristie's turn now. It's
You can
Kristie's
skip
turn now. In 5, 4, 3.
2, 1.
Okay. I ate moldy cheese. I ate moldy cheese.
That's hard. I'm so distracted by this. I get it at I am had
I want a sign.
But you can't do sign language.
I had you had moldy cheese.
I ate moldy cheese.
I ate moldy cheese.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Wrong.
Phil, Phil,
Come on, let's do
Phil,
it.
we
Let's
gotta
do it.
get
Let's
this,
get
dude.
this.
We gotta get this, bro.
Had to warm up.
We gotta
Play
get
button.
this.
Distracting, huh?
All right.
Phil,
I have
that's
to pick
distracting.
Got it.
He's just gonna groove out too.
Got it. I got it. We got this. We gotta get it.
Let's distract him.
Here we go. In 5, 4.
3.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
They cheated.
It was how you said it.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Y'all have to see what that looked like head on
Yeah,
for
you
Phil.
have to watch it.
You have to see what this face looked like.
Get off my lawn.
If you had said, I would have been like,
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I think the guys win. Would you agree? The guys won because we got it faster. We got it faster. We got it faster. So
It's hard.
so
you
good.
guys gave it a good try, but we got it faster. So we got that. Hey. Hey, listen, we got to take a break, but when we come back, we will have our special guest, Phil Castaneda. Check it out, his therapy tool and all that. We'll be right back with more Straight Talk. Oh my God. Good try. Good try.
Who follows you now? Bob and Lee.
Following you, baby. I'm following you.
Yeah, we do it for couples, and couples kind of work together, synchronize in physical activity. All right, let's do some
right,
pad
what's
work
next?
right
What's
here.
next?
Come
What's
here, buddy.
next?
Give me a one right here.
A 1,
Woo! Kristie, give me a 1. Give me a 1, 2.
1, 2,
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, duck. 1, 2.
1, 2, duck. 1, 2.
Woo! Oh, did you see that? Come on. 1, 2, duck. 1, 2. Woo! Again.
When I'm listening to a customer, my number one priority is to listen.
In every moment that I'm with this customer or this client, am I doing everything that I can to look out for their best interest at the end of the day?
Just make sure they have plenty of options and they're happy with the choice that they make. It doesn't matter what we want, everything that they want is what we want to make happen.
At the end of the day, we do a walkthrough, communicate with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with what they've spent their hard-earned money for.
Our guest is a good friend of mine. He's a minister, a clinical counselor, and quite the motivator. You'll see how. Please put your hands together for our good friend. Help me welcome Phil Castaneda. Hey! How you doing, buddy? Come on, man. Have a seat right here. Have a seat.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, Phil. Glad to have you on the show.
And thanks for having me on the show.
And the men are the champions. Let's go.
Men are the
dominated!
We done it, but I did have a question about the bananas, the potatoes, and chicken.
Chicken, potatoes, and banana.
Phil, see these kids out in the audience here of ours? Yeah, they could tell you a whole lot about this banana. It was interesting. I think I was sick at the time.
Yep.
And he was trying to bless me. I had just had Kennedy, our youngest, and he decided, I'm going to make dinner tonight. So he just goes in the kitchen, and Kevin's always been creative with just looking around.
Kevin's creative in general,
Come
right?
on.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true. And he found some chicken. And he found mashed potatoes and
he found bananas.
And bananas.
And he
thought,
he
was like,
this would be a meal, right?
Perfect.
Bananas have to taste good on everything was what he thought. So he just sliced them and stuck them on the chicken and stuck it in the oven. And the kids were such good sports because they genuinely tried to eat this funny meal.
They loved it. They
loved the dessert because I think he put, if I remember right, he put like honey and like cinnamon and sugar on the bananas and baked them too. So it was kind of like you get those desserts at some,
Hey.
My wife did that once. She made cookies like without sugar and they were soft, and I was like, these are the best cookies ever. Like,
anyway, we're not talking about my cookie, but Phil, it's good to have you on the show. We want to talk about you, man. We want to talk about
thank you.
The one thing I love about you, man, is, and I've known you for a little while. Yeah, and you've known some of our family. My nephew, that was our guest on the worship.
Amazing, by the way.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. But tell us about your ministry, because I know that in just knowing you, being friends with you, it's God first, man. It's ministry.
Yeah.
And then he has gifted you in really special ways to touch others. But what are you doing in ministry right now?
Yeah,
What's
thanks for
going
asking.
on?
Yeah, I'm currently a pastor at Salem Ecclesia
Okay,
with Dr. Manick.
With Dr. Manick, yeah.
And I'm trained under the Integrative Counseling Institute here in Salem. So I've spent about 7 years training with Dr. Manick.
Yeah.
And being trained, I'm a level 4
Now,
certified ICI.
That's got to be challenging because that bro's like...
Yeah, well, something else. Yeah. I've been drinking from the well for 7 years.
Yeah.
And something in my spirit, like I love boxing. I did some kickboxing in Texas. I trained under Quandre, who's at the Kroc Center for a while, a professional boxer.
Okay.
And I love boxing, and I love counseling.
Yeah.
And I know it doesn't sound like this is a mix, but I'm dealing with a lot of people with trauma.
Yeah.
And David was very encouraging to me. So he said, try it and see. So I got some bags, I got some gloves, and I started working with people with trauma. We just started pounding the trauma. Just started
Yeah.
working with it. And
Yeah.
the way that I can say it best is something about the physicality. The physicality loosens the trauma.
Yeah.
Because when you experience a traumatic event, it gets encoded into your nervous system.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
trauma
Yeah.
becomes active in you and you don't
Yeah.
know it. So you're behaving in traumatic ways,
Right.
but it's operating below the level of awareness.
And now this is part of your ministry? Like,
It is.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can preach too. You can
Yeah.
teach, you can
Preach,
get behind a
yeah.
pulpit,
Yeah.
but your ministry has kind of shifted
heart,
now
my heart
to...
is there. And I say there because I'm renting from
Yeah.
you guys downstairs. My heart is to heal and connect with people's hearts.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And the boxing
Yeah.
has a way of just loosening people up. And I worked with Kaylani the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Yeah.
see?
Yeah, you did. You had a session with Kaylani.
I did.
And she,
yeah.
you know what? She told me when she was done, it was one of the best things. She said it was absolutely incredible. In fact,
Yeah.
we have a clip of it.
Let's
Phil,
watch it. Let's talk
wa-
about it. Let's watch it.
Let's watch it. Okay, so here's Kaylani with Phil.
Back to you. No, just the afternoon.
Wow, DJ Dizzle.
I'm talking about. Come on, two. Try to make it fun.
So you're doing calisthenics.
Push it. Push it. Yeah, stop. We're activating the curve. Number one. What are you doing? Number one. He's holding a 10-pound weight.
A 10-pound weight. Oh my goodness.
3 minutes or so.
Wow.
She tried to put it down. I'm like, get back.
Nice.
Give me just a second. 2 minutes remaining. Great shot.
That's awesome.
Okay. But this is what I loved about this.
Well, I want to ask K Dizzle.
Okay,
K
Dizzle.
Dizzle. Give it up for K Dizzle. Kaylani, just tell us real in 30 seconds. Did you survive that?
Barely, but I did. I did. It was the hardest. What was it? An hour? Hour and
We
a
did
half?
about an hour of 40 minutes of boxing, about 40 minutes of counseling.
It was like the toughest 40 minutes ever, but
Yeah.
also most exhilarating. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Okay, stay with that. She said the toughest 40 minutes and the most exhilarating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with people in depression and trauma, right? You're dealing with people who need an energy boost. And the boxing gives you endorphins, it gives you dopamine, it increases your creativity and your ability to deal with the depression. And for me, the best part of our session was afterwards. We sat down, did 40 minutes of psychotherapy.
Yeah.
Because I wanted her to go through the process.
Yeah.
So we did 40 minutes of this. Then when her body is both exhausted and animated, we sat down and talked for 40 minutes.
So does
That
that
was-
help? Like when you do all of the physical, it opens up the spiritual, the mental.
Exactly.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know why I connected with David? Because 8 years ago, he preached at their church and he said this: if you want to improve your spiritual life, exercise.
Wow.
Wow.
God made a body. He didn't
Yeah.
just make a mind and a spirit and a soul.
That's right.
In the Old Testament, King David says, he trains my hands
Yeah.
for war.
Yeah.
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 He says, with the Lord's help, I can scale a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Our God is a physical God, and our God is so physical and loves the body so much, he became embodied.
So
The
I can imagine
incarnation.
in these sessions that the person's emotions are often uncapped and released too.
That is so observant part. There are times it's so instantaneous, it's
Yeah.
hard to imagine. When I'm just doing simple pad work with people, just
Right.
give me a number two, give me a number two, and you can see in their eyes sometimes the pain or the anguish, and then we just
Yeah.
go there,
Yeah.
right? We just do intersubjectivity, and we just go there.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
So now you're doing this full time, part time. Is this
Part-time.
new?
Part-time.
Okay.
So I'm just like you. I have a full-time job. I work
Yeah.
for SAP, And then evenings and weekends, I do boxing counseling.
Oh, I'd love to see more people get involved with that because Kay Dizzle liked it.
Kay Dizzle.
And I think we're going to do a session with you at some point.
I think we should do a session.
Like, what do you mean, like right now?
Like right now?
I'd be open to that right now. Would you guys like to see Kevin and Kristie do a session?
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Here we go,
Come on up.
guys. Here we go. Do we have some getting ready music?
Yeah, we got some getting ready music.
We got some getting ready music.
We got some
Here
gear.
we go, you guys. You ready to watch this?
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
So,
Get our gloves on.
we're going to put both what we call wraps, hand wraps, and gloves on. The hand wraps protect the fingers, keep them separated, then also keep them nicely tight together for a nice punch. If you're going to do boxing, you want to have hand wraps. These are called quick wraps. Sometimes I have the tape and we just wrap up the fingers like you might see a professional boxer do. But these are called quick wraps. You just put them on and they serve the purpose just fine. Nice and tight. We want to really strengthen those wrists up. Get the gloves on. These are 14-ounce gloves. I'm giving Kristie a little smaller. I got 16-ounce gloves for Kevin. Right. A little heavier. Take a little more of a punch. And I've really gone over a few punches with these guys before the show started. So I'm going to have them on either side of the bag here. We're going to crank up some music.
So right here?
Right here. We're going to do a session. I want you guys in your fighting stance, left foot forward.
Okay.
When you're in this position, the lead hand is your 1, the back hand is your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Give me some 1-2s. 1-2. 1-2. Crank it up. Keep going. Keep going. 1-2. 1-2. Yeah. Hit hard. 1-2. Don't stop. 1-2. Give me a 1-2-3. 1-2 hook.
1-2.
Yeah. 1-2-3. Harder. 1-2-3. 1-2-3. Okay. Do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Give me 3-1.
3-1.
1-1. 1-1-1. 1-1-1. 1-2. 2-2. Give a bunch of 2s. Okay. We're going to do some bob and some weaves.
Bobs and weaves? Bobs and weaves?
Bobs and weaves. Here we
Where do you
go.
wanna-
This is a great training technique.
That's a good workout.
I want to have you guys right behind me.
Okay.
Kevin, Kristie right there.
Okay.
Get in your fighting stance.
Hey, now.
Now, bob and the weave is this. You're dipping, so here's the danger zone, right?
Okay.
And you're getting out of the danger zone.
Okay.
And you're weaving. This is the weave, and the bob is the dip. So bob and weave. So you guys do it with me. We're going to do it in synchrony, okay? Bob and weave.
Bob and weave.
Bob and weave. Okay, now we're going to bob and weave. We're going to throw some 1-2s. When you throw them, breathe out. Come on. Okay, now face each other. Make eye contact. So I do with couple.
Let's go.
Follow his lead. 1 and 2. 1-2. Bob and weave.
Oh, wait.
You lead. Go.
Okay.
Bob, yes.
We're going to bob and
Yep. Take that.
How's that?
Okay, Kristie, you take the lead. You take the lead. He follows you now. Bob and weave.
Following me, baby. I'm following
Yeah, we do this with couples. And couples kind of work together, synchronize in physical
try.
activity. All right, let's do some
right,
pad
what's
work
next?
right
What's
here.
next?
Come
What's
here, buddy.
next?
Give me a 1 right here.
A 1,
Woo! Kristie, give me a 1. Give me a 1-2.
1-2,
1-2.
1-2.
1-2. 1-2. Okay, 1-2 duck. 1-2.
1-2 duck. 1-2.
Woo! Oh, did you see that? Come on. 1-2 duck. 1-2. Woo! Again, we're going to do 10 1-2s and a duck. Come on, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo!
Let's go.
Give me a 2.
Okay,
2. Woo! 2. 2. 1. 1. 1. Woo! Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me 10 1-2s.
10 1-2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 10. Give me 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me a 6.
How'd that
You got that? Give me a 6. Give me a 6. Give me a 6. Give me a 5. 5. 5. 5. Woo! 5, 2. And now, we do this in the ring. We just talk with folks. I say, react to me. React to me. Where I go, you go, right?
Okay.
We walk around, right?
We walk around.
Just throw me a 1.
We're all walking around?
No, just come
right.
right. Give me 1. Woo! Give me 1. 1, 2. Woo. 1.
I'm scared of you.
It's a 1. 1, 2. Woo! 1, 2. Good job, Kevin. 1, 2. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh, on my heels.
Okay, 1, 2, duck. 1, 2.
Yeah, nice, nice.
1, 2, duck. 1, 2.
Oh, that's good.
Give me a 2.
Oh, a 2.
Yep, 2. 2. Okay. I'm going to teach Kevin. We got 30 seconds. I'm going to teach Kevin a routine, okay?
Okay.
This is called the combo. You're throwing me a 2. You're going to come over here. You're going to duck and step this way.
Oh, like
throw
the
me another
Bobby
2.
Reed.
And give me a 3 right here. Woo! 2 duck.
2 duck.
2 duck, 2 weave.
Okay,
2 duck. Oh! Woo! 2 duck, 2 weave. Muhammad Ali. 2 duck, 2 pull. 2 duck, 2 3.
2
Duck. 2 3. 2 duck. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. 2 duck, 2 3. Okay, on the bag.
Let's get him.
Okay, on the bag. Yeah, how many seconds?
Okay, we got about 60 seconds.
Go, hit the bag for 60 seconds, like this. Don't stop, 60 seconds. Woo, come on, go, go. Cheer on, you guys, come on. We're going for it. Yeah. Oh, woo. All right, you guys, let me go.
That was awesome, bro.
Let me go. Woo.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Wow.
Let me ask you something. Do you really take it that hard with everybody?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was afraid.
It's contextual.
Okay.
See where people are at physically, do they have heart conditions, and kind of where they're at with trauma.
Yeah, you didn't ask me about my heart.
I did not. Actually, Kristie said, don't worry about it. I said, push you really hard. I don't know what she was maybe.
I'm good.
You have good insurance?
Well, we love you being on the show, man.
Thank
More
you
than
so
that,
much.
we love what you're doing in ministry, man. We love the idea. We love. Go ahead.
Yes.
It's a workout, you guys.
You guys.
There is not a more difficult cardio workout. Yeah,
Thank
get some
you.
water, get some air.
Connect with Phil.
Yeah, connect with Phil.
If you need
Stay hydrated.
Hydrated.
Cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Yes, thank you
Give
so
it up
much.
for Phil
Thank you so much,
Castaneda.
Thank you guys so much.
Good to have you on the show, man. Okay, we'll be right back with more straight talk right after these messages. Let's go. Once Peter saw the storm around him, he had already had his miracle, right?
Yeah, right,
he was walking on the water and
right.
already experienced his miracle.
Right.
However, the Bible says he saw the storm, which means
Right.
it didn't mean just physically seeing.
Right.
It meant directing your mind. It meant thinking about and
Right,
contemplating the consequences and making an actual evaluation and analysis of what could possibly
of
happen.
what's going on.
So that's what happened. He started thinking
Yes.
about the challenges,
Yes.
thinking about the storm,
Yeah.
and that's when he fell in the water.
At Advantage Heating and Air, we believe in our craftsmanship. Did you know the same piece of equipment installed by 2 different contractors can perform up to 50% differently? And the #1 source for failure of an HVAC within the first 5 years is due to improper installation. That's why we train 3 times a week. That's why we're the best trained craftsmen in the area. And that's why we're extending our warranty. The average system is replaced every 15 years, and the typical labor warranty is 2 to 3. So, we're giving you 20 years. Why? Because we're obsessed with giving you the quality, reliability, and peace of mind you deserve.
We keep playing with fire, knowing it's a dangerous game. So we keep playing with fire.
workout, babe.
Woo, I'm still trying to recover.
I'm telling
that was
you.
a good workout and so fun, though.
Oh my goodness. Are we going to set up a session?
Yeah, I think we should.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
we should.
Okay. I'm going to have to eat my Wheaties before that. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to continue our discussion on stepping up, stepping out, and claiming our miracle.
Yeah, we've been talking about stepping out in faith and believing God for your miracles. So we're going to dig right into it right now because
it's time
to talk.
Time to talk.
Time to talk.
All right. So last week we kind of talked about the storm.
Yeah.
We talked about prior to the miracle. We talked about after the miracle.
Yeah.
And how we need to believe for that miracle through those storms, because there's going to be challenges in our lives before and after.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I wanted to point out in our quick recap is that once Peter saw the storm around him, he had already had his miracle, right?
Yeah, right,
he was walking on the water and
right.
already experienced his miracle.
Right.
However, the Bible says he saw the storm, which means it didn't mean just physically seeing.
Right.
It meant directing your mind. It meant thinking about and
Right,
contemplating the consequences and making an actual evaluation and analysis of what could possibly happen.
What's going on.
So that's what happened. He started thinking about the challenges, thinking about the storm, and that's when he fell in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're referring to the story in Matthew 14 where it talks about Jesus walking on water, and the disciples are in the boat. They're in a storm, and they see Jesus, and they're scared. They're honestly afraid, and they think it's a ghost, and then Jesus calls out and says, "Don't be afraid, it's me." So Peter says, "If it is you, Lord, bid me to come to you." So what did Jesus do?
Come on.
Come on out here. So Peter stepped out of the boat, walks almost all the way to Jesus, and then exactly what you said, caught his attention went off of Jesus and onto the storm.
Started contemplating the storm.
And he immediately started sinking into the water. And then what happened?
Then Jesus immediately reached out, which
down.
tells us that he was safe all the way through the storm.
Right.
He was experiencing a miracle through the storm, and he was safe.
Right.
It wasn't until he saw, which means he contemplated before he actually fell into the water.
Right.
But as long as he ignored the trouble, ignored the challenges, ignored the situation at hand in the physical realm, it was the spiritual realm that kept him afloat, kept him walking on the water and alive.
Exactly. And it says that Jesus immediately reached down, pulled Peter back up out of the water, and then he walked with him back to the boat. And the really cool thing about this story is you don't see the storm necessarily calm at any moment. Like, they didn't see Jesus on the water and he instantly calmed the storm. The storm was still raging when Peter stepped out of the boat. The storm was still raging when Peter sunk into the water. And the storm was still raging when Jesus pulled down and pulled Peter back up out of the water and walked back to the boat with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we want to talk about that because he actually walked back to the boat, which means he was still experiencing a miracle even through the storm that followed that miracle, right? So Jesus walks back to the boat. And the reason we know there was still challenges, there was still trouble, is because the Bible talks about them both walking together back to the boat. When he got in the boat, that's when Jesus calmed the storm. That means even through your trouble, even through your storm, even through your challenges, Jesus is walking with you. And I think that's important to not forget. We're going to see miracles in our life, and we can't forget. It's funny how easily we forget about the miracles in our life when we see trouble.
Right, that's so true. It's interesting that sometimes we have the faith to do something. We have the faith to step out and do something. But then we, like Peter, get our eyes off of Jesus, and we get our eyes off of the provider of the miracle that we're experiencing. And it's almost like we need a faith boost. Because just like you said, Peter had to walk back to the boat.
Right.
Jesus didn't necessarily pick him up and hold him like a baby, cradle him like a baby to his chest. Peter still had to walk back to the boat. But something about being hand in hand with your Lord and Savior, walking back to the boat, gives you a faith boost like none other.
Yeah.
And you can do miraculous things. So it's just this is such a beautiful story about miracles.
Yeah. I want to go to that scripture where Matthew 14:32, I think we have that verse. It says, when they climbed back into the boat, that's when the wind stopped.
Yeah.
But they were together.
Yeah.
They were together. And how many times do we act like God left us?
Right.
He gave us a miracle. Then we go through storms again. We think, where'd God go? Right? And oftentimes we just accuse him of abandoning us. Like he blesses us and then it takes off. He bounces.
Right.
That's not our God. That's not who he is. Right? We've seen that. Even in our own life, we talked about that story. You brought it up, how we went through a storm prior to our miracle, and we've had a couple experiences like that. But the one that I was thinking about is when Dad was sick and we went to Iowa and we were challenged financially. Through our career, our jobs were in jeopardy, and Dad was sick, and we were going through quite a storm. But then we were blessed with Wells Fargo, and you told him how we just took this temporary job, but that led to almost 6 years of
working for Wells Fargo.
Really blessed financially. God knew what we needed, and prior, right through that storm that we were experiencing, that project management job just kept increasing till we were making 6 figures, and I think we topped out at like $185,000 a year with Wells Fargo. But we had to go through a storm to get there.
Right.
Now let's talk about the storm that follows, because even though we were blessed financially, then 2008 hit.
Yeah.
And what happened to us then, right?
2008 hit, and there's probably a lot of people that can what's the word I'm looking for?
Identify,
you can relate. You can relate or identify to the storm that hit in 2008. A lot of people lost their homes. We lost our home. We ended up moving from Washington down to Oregon. Kevin got a brand new job through a friend, and it's a brand new job, and you're starting out at the bottom, right? I got a part-time job working for a dentist, a specialist, and my sister literally got me that job. Because I knew nothing about dentistry or taking care of people in any type of medical field at all. But she taught me everything I knew. The doctor had faith that I could do it, and he hired me. And we just kept moving. But it felt like the storm was just coming to an end.
Yeah.
Because prior to that was also when I was healed of TN, trigeminal neuralgia. That was during that same time frame that I decided, okay, I'm going to be healed of this, and I'm done with TN, and it's going to go away.
And you got your miracle.
And it did. I got my miracle, even though the next storm was hitting.
That's what I'm saying. So we had our miracle. Kristie was healed of that TNJ, whatever you call it, TNJ? TN.
Trigeminal neuralgia.
Yep, and that. And she was healed of that, got her miracle. But again, just like Peter, when he got out of the boat, he experienced a miracle and then experienced a storm.
Yep.
So you and I, we experienced your healing together. She was healed of that TN, and then the next storm hit, because your hearing progressively became worse and worse to the point where you couldn't really function at all without it.
No.
And then what was that like?
Well, we've been here for almost 13 years now. No, longer than that.
Yeah, almost 13 years.
Almost 13. So when we moved from Washington down to Eugene was when I came off my medication, and the TN never came back, never has, never will. And then my hearing decided to take an extreme decline. Mind you, my hearing has been going since I've been 19, and it has been a gradual decrease over the years. But then about 10, 11 years ago, the decline was getting faster and faster and faster. Till beginning of last year, I was considered 90% deaf in one ear and about 75 to 80% deaf in the other ear. Technically, that's considered deaf. So
would you say that's a storm? I
mean,
that's a storm.
You're deaf.
You had a miracle, now look at the storm.
And ministering when you're in a field where your heart is just to help people and to do for people, and to even praying for people at the altar became very frustrating for me, because people want to be able to tell you, they want to be able to express to you how they're feeling at any given moment. And if you're standing at an altar with your beautiful daughter leading amazing worship, you cannot hear a person when you're technically deaf that's literally 2 feet in front of you. I could not hear what these people were saying to me at all. And it became so frustrating. And I was like, Lord, if you want me to keep doing this, something has to change with my hearing, that I can't keep on this way. I just can't do it. Because even if I learned how to do ASL, American Sign Language, not everybody knows sign language.
But let me ask you something. During this storm, okay, you received your miracle, you were healed of the TN.
Yeah.
Now we're going through this storm, and quite a challenge, quite frankly, in our life. Were you tempted to feel like God wasn't going to do anything for you, like it's over, God's not going to do anything? Was it tempting to get negative and feel like there was no miracle for you?
I think it is. It's always tempting to get negative because that's human nature. Yeah. It's already in us to give up and just say, oh, God doesn't care, God doesn't see me. But I have to say that the miracle of being healed from TN for me was really huge.
So it gave you some more faith.
Yeah, it boosts your faith. You can remember the things that God has already done for you.
Yeah.
You know, you can always reconnect to those, go back to those, and just see God did something huge for me. If he did it for me, then he can do it for me now.
That's right.
And boost your faith for the next miracle that you know he has for you.
And so the next boat that you're in, even through the storm, it's gonna be more likely you're gonna step out. In fact, the Bible talks about actually taking joy in these storms. Like, you know what? Bring it. Bring it on. In fact, I want to read you this scripture in James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. And we've read this before, but it says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles come your way, consider it an opportunity." This is interesting. It's an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, and Peter's faith was tested, your faith was tested, our faith was tested, but when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. And Phil tested us today, and our endurance had a chance to grow. Verse 4 said, "Let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing." And that's what we're looking forward to. So when the enemy comes against us and we see the storm, even after our miracles, we take joy. Like, bring it. I'm ready for the next challenge because I know that it's perfecting our faith so that we can step out in the next adventure, the next storm, the next challenge.
Yeah. I know that's one thing I love to do. And honestly, I really enjoyed what we just did with Phil because there's been many times when it seems like, you know, the enemy's always there wanting to throw things in your face. Like, look what's happening to you. Look, like, what are you going to do when you're deaf? You know, he'll whisper whatever he needs to in your ear to bring you as far down as you can. That's just how he works. But what's even better is to throw back in his face, look what he's already done for me. And this is no harder for him to do than that was. As a matter of fact, this is easy. This is nothing for him. And just, you know, I'd like to put those boxing gloves on and just, But look what he can do for me.
There are miracles all over the place for us, but we have to step out. Just like Peter stepped out of the boat and walked on water, just like you stepped out of the boat and put your pill bottle away and said no more. Just like you stepped out of the boat and went and got your hearing came back through that surgery and that trust in God. Just like we stepped out of the boat and moved to Iowa. Just like we stepped out of the boat and took the jobs that he put in front of us that would set us up financially to thrive. I mean, we just have to step out of the boat. And when there's challenges, we have to just remember the miracles that God has always performed for us. And there's more coming. There's more coming.
So I think we should throw it out there. I mean, I was technically deaf, and then I decided to, let's just check out what technology has, you know, what medical advancement has. And I had 2 surgeries done, one on each ear, and I had a bone replaced in my ear, basically. And now I don't wear hearing aids at all.
At all. Come on. None.
The doctors think I should, but you know what? Every day I get up and I just thank the Lord for a little bit more hearing. And I'm just believing it doesn't matter what medical technology says. God says, I have complete healing for you, and I'm just believing for it to continue.
It's been an incredible journey, an incredible discussion on stepping out in faith.
Step out.
And I appreciate your perspective, honey. We've gone through these experiences together, and we can relate to Peter. And some of you watching today, you might be able to relate to Peter if you've watched all of these episodes. Stepping out in faith is a huge, huge step to your miracle.
Yeah.
And I can't stress it enough that there's already a miracle for you.
Right.
You just have to step out of the boat and grab it.
Right.
And that's what this whole series has been about. So I
Yeah.
hope, have you enjoyed it?
I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed just sharing what God's done for us and done in our life.
And I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode as well. We've got more episodes coming, so make sure that you stay tuned to Straight Talk with Kevin and Kristie. Our next series is going to be on triggers and how oftentimes our past brings up triggers in our life, and we've got stories for that too.
I'm really excited about our next discussion, triggered.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that people don't even realize are a trigger in their life.
Yeah.
I mean, they just naturally do something, and it's actually a trigger. Something triggered them to do that. It's so funny how it easily gets buried, and we don't recognize it for what it is.
Yeah. So don't miss our next series called Triggered.
Yep.
That's coming up next week. We'll start next week, and it's going to be an exciting time.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. And before we leave, though, we'd love to go out with some more worship.
Absolutely.
You heard them all throughout this entire series. I want you guys to be blessed one more time. Thanks for tuning in. For everybody watching on Roku, give yourself a hand in the studio audience. Woo! Thank you for joining us. Let's go out with some more worship. Johnny Williams.
Glory, glory, glory. Receive all the glory. You are holy, holy, holy. God, you are holy. Yeah. Glory, glory.